Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today is a very fun recipe. I'm going to be playing around with a new take on the classic steak and potatoes combo. It's going to have a little horseradish in there, New York strip loin, and a crispy potato stack that alone is worth giving this one a try. So without further ado, let's dive into this recipe. Alright, so first up, to start off this recipe, you're going to square off the edges of the biggest russet potato you can find at the grocery store. Reason being is that bigger is always better when you are trying to shape an ingredient, and especially for this since we're trying to get a nice potato stack out of it. Next, you're going to grab a Japanese mandolin and slice the potato into slender slices, maybe the thickness of a credit card or so. But of course, you could cut the potato smaller and then slice it with a knife. Just be really careful if you go that route. Once all the slicing is over with, you're going to stack the center cut potato slices into a sort of deck of cards shape, and then you're going to trim the edges to make a very even rectangle shape. After that, you cut the rectangle into squares, press the slices firmly together, and shingle them into a staircase-like shape if you want to mimic this presentation. Then you're going to fry them at 325 degrees Fahrenheit with a little bit of canola oil for about 4 to 5 minutes, or until crispy and are a solid golden brown. Once the potatoes are finished crisping up, you're going to take them out of the hot oil and put them onto a paper towel just to dry them off a bit, and then you're going to give them a quick sprinkling of sea salt. Alright, so now that the crispy potatoes are done, clear off your workstation and it's time to start cooking the steak. So get a large frying pan on high heat and season your steak on both sides with kosher salt and fresh cracked black pepper. The cut I'm using here happens to be a 10-ounce New York sirloin, so I'm just going to go based off this steak. But you're going to fry the steak on both sides for about 4 minutes, and halfway through the process, just about right after the first flip, you're going to add a few pads of butter, a sprig of thyme, and some crushed garlic just to baste the steak with. If you're shooting for a medium rare temperature, you're just going to want to baste the steak for another minute or so after the original sear. Any longer than that, the cooking process just speeds up and you're just going to have a watchful eye if you like your steak slightly under. But when the steak is at the desired temp, remove it from the pan and let it rest for at least 5 to 7 minutes before slicing. While you're waiting for the steak to finish up, in a small bowl, you're going to mix together some sour cream, prepared horseradish, if you have some fresh, that's obviously preferred, a little salt, and some fresh cracked black pepper to make a very simple, creamy horseradish spread that goes perfectly with the steak and potatoes. Now, it's time to plate. The first thing to go down on the plate is the horsey spread. So here I'm going to do a little smear of it with a mini straight spatula. After that, I'm going to place a crispy potato right down on the edge of the sauce. Then I'm going to place a few slices of the center cut New York straight down onto the plate. Then I'm going to season it with a little bit of Maldon salt, coarse black pepper around the plate, some fresh cut chives, and a little drizzle of olive oil. And that is your steak and potatoes, folks. here. Fork and knife. What up, guys? All right, so today on the menu is steak and potatoes, and I'm really excited to test it out. I've already had a little nibble of the steak, and it's very, very good. And I've already tested the potatoes before. I actually did Instagram stories and posted a couple pictures on my Instagram. So if you guys follow me on that platform, you'll know what this is all about and sort of where this dish came from. It's a very simple play on steak and potatoes. I'm definitely a steak and potatoes guy. I love some mashed potatoes. I love baked potatoes. I love crispy potatoes, and I love steak. I'm gonna dive in, tell you guys how I did, how the flavors and the textures are, and see how it turned out. So, all right, let me dive in. First, the crispy potato. It's so crispy. And it's actually still steaming, wow. See, potatoes, man, they have like crazy heat retention. And a little bit of steak, of course. And this horseradish cream. I'm a big fan of horseradish. Whoa. It's like crispy baked potato flavor because you have that really pronounced potato flavor. And then a little bit of the sour cream, the horseradish, some of the chives, and then a nice juicy slice of steak. It's a really memorable savory meal. I'm gonna take another bite. If I had a restaurant, this would definitely be my steak and potatoes dish. A little spiciness from the horseradish, and creaminess from the sour cream, and it's kind of refreshing to have that cool sour cream on top of a really crispy hot potato, and of course that sizzling steak. So it's a cool temperature contrast, and of course the really crispy potato and the tender steak. It's a great texture contrast as well. Just all in all, a great dish. This is actually going to be on a menu that I'm putting together with a chef buddy of mine. His handle on Instagram is a cook named Matt. His name is Matt Broussard. We're throwing a 5-course menu together in Napa, California for about 60 guests or so. There's still, I believe there's some tickets available. So if you want to check out the link below, I'll put the details down there if you guys are interested in picking up a ticket, or if you're, in town somewhere around Napa and you want to join us and have some really good food. The details will be down in my description box. But yeah, this was a really good dish. I'm really excited about it. I'm really excited to share it with a bunch of people and cook for a bunch of people. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this recipe. Love the flavor combos, and definitely a dish I'll be making again. If you guys did enjoy it, make sure you give this a thumbs up, click that like button, comment down below for future video requests, things you want to see on my channel. Subscribe at the end of this, and I will see you guys next time with another recipe. Later, guys.